Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Iris. Today I'm going to talk about this eyeshadow palette I was playing around, and that's the one. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette. I know I'm pretty late to the game, about like a year late. Well, actually, this is my sister's eyeshadow palette. I visited her a couple weeks ago and she was the one decided to purchase this eyeshadow palette, but I just don't feel like doing that at that time because I was looking at the color range. It's kind of like a mauve, berry, purple, pink-ish color. Honestly, I think people with a hooded eyelid, it's kind of hard to play around with those kind of color if you're not good enough. It can make your eyes look more swollen. So I was like, okay, you go girl, I'm not going to do it this time. And I was just keep waiting and waiting till it's just faded away like the other eyeshadow palettes we all know. However, it was never gone. Everyone is still so raving about this eyeshadow palette. It just showed up in so many people's favorite eyeshadow palette for last year. Now it even become this cult favorite. I was like, okay, fine. I guess it's not going anywhere. That means I kind of have to test it around and to see if it's really that good. We all know after the success of this eyeshadow palette, they came up with a lot of others like the Subculture, which is to most people, and the Softer Glam, what's the other one? Anyways, I think this eyeshadow palette is still the best one among all the other eyeshadow palette. So I decided to give it a try and see how I think of it. So for the Anastasia Beverly Hills brand, I did some research and looking into the history. So this brand was established by this lady called Anastasia Sorari. She is actually from Romania. Surprisingly, I know she's a foreigner, but I'm not sure where, somewhere in Europe. And I'm not even sure where's Romania, but somewhere in Europe. So I assume she came to United States achieving her American dream. It's pretty inspiring. And like other immigrants, she wasn't really good with the language and like skills. Say if you're a nurse, but in the United States, you probably have to pass all the tests in English again. That's quite challenging and takes years. She started as a esthetician in a salon. So during her time as a makeup artist, she noticed at that time people don't really emphasize a lot of effort on their eyebrow. And based on what she learned from her beauty school in Romania, people actually focus a lot on their eyebrow. What she said is, according to Da Vinci and the perfect face features, if they want to change the facial expression, they would just alter the eyebrow to change it. So eyebrow actually takes a very important part in their makeup industry. With what she learned over there, she think American people needs more eyebrow work. So she helped a lot of famous models and celebrities at that time to do their eyebrow, include Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, or Kim Kardashian, yada yada yada. So Anastasia Beverly Hills was famous for its eyebrow product. So later on till now, she's no longer the CEO of the company. Her daughter, Claudia Suari, actually took over the company. I'm not sure if it's her real name, but she goes by Novina on Instagram, and she sometimes will post pictures of her doing some makeup and something like that. She's a true believer of social media, and she really take over the business. Yeah, this is a little background of this company. I found it really inspiring as an independent woman seeking her American dream and finally become very successful and well-known for her brand. I think it's a good start for every young American to learn. Okay, so now let's come back to the eyeshadow palette itself. I really like the package. It feels so soft, but I just realized I'll make a mark with the brown eyeshadow palette. I don't know how should I clean it. It's a very beautiful mauve velvet packaging. I can't say how beautiful it is. I think it's a perfect size for a eyeshadow palette. It's a cardboard packaging with magnet on top. When you open it, you can see there's a mirror on top. I found it quite handy. I would say it's a good quality mirror as well. So it also comes with a brush. Not only that, there's a little ribbon. Once you pull, the brush will come out. instead of you use your fingernail to dig inside. It's a two-side eyeshadow brush. One is for packing on the shimmer, I believe so. The other one is for the blending, which is more fluffy. In total, there are 14 eyeshadows. According to the website, it's $42 US, 11 matte shades and 3 metallic, with dual-sided soft bristle brush. I assume it's a synthetic brush. This is their first eyeshadow palette and meant to create endless looks for daytime and evening. One thing I need to address is for the ingredients. It does include the mica, and some people think it causes cancer or something. But to my understanding is if you don't inhale a large quantity of it, chances are you're not. I mean, just like a microwave or cell phone, it has radiation. What are you gonna do with it? I think it's a good price for 14 shades of eyeshadow palette. You know, before I dig into this company, I didn't really know they sell single eyeshadows as well. However, each eyeshadow costs $12. So I think this eyeshadow palette is pretty good value compared with if you want to buy their eyeshadows one by one. I really like the color range now after I played for a while. I have to confess, when I started learning doing my eye makeup, I wasn't a big fan of matte eyeshadows. I found them to be boring and easy to make my eyes look very swollen and unflattering. However, after a long time of practicing now, I realized the importance of matte eyeshadows because compared with shimmer eyeshadows, which tend to easily amplify the texture of your eyelid or skin, matte eyeshadows actually help enhance your features and make them look deeper and more dimensional. Okay, as the description on their website, it's going to help me create an endless look with days and nights. So I just decided to come up with 2 looks, one for the daytime, one for the nighttime and special occasion. And let's dig in and see how do I do it. Alright, so now let's jump in the first look, which is more toward the daily life, go to work and easy 5 minutes, get it done, rush out of the door. So first let's just use a very fluffy brush, put it on some base. The one I'm gonna use is the Tempera. Okay, I think that's it, and I'm gonna put on some false eyelashes and eyeliner and see you guys next. Okay, so now you have it. I just checked the video earlier and I found out I'm a little bit too far away from you guys. So here's a little bit closer look of what I've done. I think I really like this look. It's more like a mauvey, but still daily use kind of look. I would say I really like this eyeshadow palette. I think it's super easy to blend, very effortless to achieve this enhanced your features look, but still in a very natural way. I literally spent like about 5 minutes, that's it, but it looks very well done. Yeah, there you have it. Okay, so now let's work on the second look, which is more suitable for nighttime. As usual, let's put on a base. This time I'm gonna use the cool tone color. last but not least, let's put on some highlighter on the brow bone. So now let me put on some false eyelashes and eyeliners and see a little bit. Okay, so this is the look number 2 I created with Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette. I think this one is suitable for very sultry night, day-night, or you can go like a wine tasting. I think it will be perfect. Someone give me a glass of wine. Okay, so these are the 2 looks I came up with, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. And the final thoughts about this eyeshadow palette, I think it's worth purchasing. Even though nowadays there are so many eyeshadow palettes on the market, I do think this one has its unique niche and edge. You will never feel like you have enough of this kind of color in your collection. It's not an earthy tone or any brown nude tone eyeshadow palette. The first time I look at that, it's more like a cool tone color palette, in my opinion. However, after doing some looks with this eyeshadow palette, I think you can actually also create warm tone look as well, such as this one and that one, you know, the orange and the brown. These 2, in my opinion, is very warm tone combined with those earthy basic kind of color. And with cool tone, you have this kind of like a mauve one and kind of burgundy one or purple one to create a cool tone look. I think this eyeshadow palette is very practical. Before I actually play out with this eyeshadow palette, I was seriously thinking to get several eyeshadow palette from Dose of Colors because I really like their formula. I think this one is a combination of Sassy Siennas, Blushing Berries, and even a little bit of the Marvelous Mauves. However, I think you can choose to get 3 of them, but they're all matte. Or you can choose this one with some matte and some shimmer in one palette. Okay, I think I had a lot of fun playing around with this eyeshadow palette. I'm thinking, should I return it to my sister or not? I think I probably will keep it for a little while and maybe just say, hey, can you sell me cheaper? Alright, so thank you for watching my video. I hope you guys having fun hanging out with me. And if you do like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. What are you waiting? Seriously. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!